Okay, I'm working on group policy issues here. Trying to install Office 365 from a remote server or domain controller. And when I put the parameters in there in the file and make sure that the computer's in the right organizational unit, that we have read-write capabilities, and after I run or restart the computer or run a GP update, I get a failure, and through the report I can see that it says cannot find file. So for testing, I took one of the local machines, removed the GPO, and I was going to set up on the local machine group policy. And in the local machine, take the files that I had on my folder that were shared and used as the setup for the configuration and the batch file and everything, and I stuck it in the same folder structure under software on the local machine. Then I put the bash script in the script location and the GP group policy. And I also did not put it with files. I saw people say you need to put it in there with files. I didn't understand that, so it didn't make much sense why you would have to have two places for this file. But I had done that earlier. But anyway, I left it off this time, just to one location. I set my policies for, wanted to see if it would show the computer commands. I asked it to do that. Elevated the user account control, and restarted it. Do have an SSD in here, so it didn't take real long to restart. And just going to go ahead and log back in, and I wanted to see if this application will work, or this group policy install with a batch file would work this way. I pointed the local machine to the server on this install. It had worked with the local machines and having it on the local machine, the files, but I now pointed it back to the server when I did the browse. So wanted to see, is there something on the server that's causing the issue? The only thing I changed was read-write from everyone permissions on that folder to just read. It shouldn't have affected it, but you never know. It could have reset something. Don't know. But anyway, I've got read permissions on that folder, and I'm looking now to see if it installed, and it had not. As you can see, I don't see any of the command prompts for anything running. Then all of a sudden something had popped up for a second. And so now I'm running the report, group policy report, HTML, and I'm looking at it, and I see that it has ran, and it has completed, and it's even got a time on there. So I was a little confused at being completed and not having any programs in there. You'll see it in just a second. I'm looking for the scripts. Find the scripts, and again, that report.html is in just your user folder. Just sitting there waiting on you to view it whenever you run it through command. Okay, so I'm looking at it, and it says it's ran, and there's the time that it's ran. So I'm a little confused. So I go back. I think I look at the programs once again, just to verify. And again, nothing there. I'm a little bit confused here. But I decide to go ahead and check again after a minute or so. Wasn't very long. And I see that I've got applications in there. And I was a little perplexed. I have been every time that it installs pretty fast, not near as long as it takes to run the executable and get your install for Office. I hope this helps somebody, at least points you maybe in the right direction. There's always a way around something, and I love, even though this computer says this is how this works, this is how everybody else says this is how this has to work, I love figuring out when it doesn't work. There's got to be a way. Just telling somebody it doesn't work isn't good enough for me. So I hope that you figure out something from my video, and goodbye.